Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural.
I've got the Z Flip 5, it's 2025 and I'm here to talk to you and give you guys my review a couple years later to see whether you should still be buying the Z Flip 5 or not. Obviously it's much cheaper than it was before and it is a pretty nice, obviously one of Samsung's flagship foldables. So let's see whether you should still be buying this or whether you should wait a couple months for the Z Flip 7 that's also supposed to be coming out soon. So yeah, without anything else said, let's fold straight into this review. So we're outside right now, which makes it easy to talk about the cameras and actually test the cameras on this phone. So we have two, one being the ultra wide and one being the main sensor. Now this phone is a flagship phone. It should have some of the best cameras on any phone. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but it does have a couple things that make up for it. So for example, we can just come around. There's quite a bit of nice sun coming onto the leaves here. We can just take a picture of that. I'll put it on screen for you guys to see. It does cost £1,000 when it did release, but now you can find it for much cheaper. But again, you just expect something at this price range at launch to be much better than it actually is. One thing I do like about the actual camera system is if I press this button on the screen, you can now see that the actual cover screen lights up, so you can use the main cameras, although they're not the best cameras, as actual like a camera lens viewfinder thing. You can zoom it in, zoom it out, and it actually does look pretty good. So this can be an easy vlogging setup if you're trying to, and then you can obviously see what you're doing at the front. So that kind of does make up for it. You can also do the same with video, and also when the phone is locked, you can just swipe up for camera and then it will come up that way, and then you can be taking your selfies, your videos, everything like that. That is low-key a redeeming factor. I actually really do like that feature. Now let's talk about the video quality on the Z Flip 5. Again, like with the photos, it's honestly just not the best. You are going to find much better from other phones that don't specialize in the folding, so you do have to sacrifice in some places. You can record up to 4K 60 FPS, and you can obviously see your preview on the cover screen if you want to, which again, I honestly think is really cool. And you also have this action mode, this steady mode thing. So like if you press it, then obviously you can move your phone around a bit, and like if you're on like a theme park ride or something, it will be stabilized much more. But yeah, I'm gonna record now and show you guys an example. Let's just use my what's it called, my glasses as an example. Autofocus again is a bit slow, like it's just about focusing on the actual logo of the camera. And then yeah, you guys can see there's some light in the background, this, that. But yeah, honestly, just from such an expensive phone, even now, again, refurbished, it's about like £400–500. It is quite an expensive phone, and you would expect for it to have better video quality than it does. It was a flagship phone again when it released. But yeah, honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you can get better from other phones, especially iPhones. All right, now we have to talk about the performance and battery life of the phone, because if you're using it refurbished, battery life might have degraded a little bit, and of course it is an older phone. The phone I'm using is using a Snapdragon version of the phone. Like opening apps and stuff is honestly really quick. I do have the animation thing set to 50%, so you can do that in settings if you want to. But yeah, again, just using this phone, scrolling up and down with the addition of 120 Hz, it just feels really, really smooth. And it feels just as fast as it used to when I first got the phone. And 8 GB of RAM. Now RAM, again, 8 GB. Most newer Samsung phones come with 12. So 8 GB honestly isn't bad. For reference, my MacBook has 8 GB and I'm editing this video on the MacBook, so it's completely fine. I actually have my performance profile set to light. There is the standard, which obviously improves how fast the phone is. But even on the light mode, this phone feels really fast and really snappy. So if you do want to save some battery, go into performance mode and press light. It will help a little bit. Now swiftly moving on to battery. The battery life of this phone, it's not the strongest point in the world, but is also not the weakest point in the world. On average, this phone has about 2 to 3 hours of screen on time with an average battery usage of about 42%. So honestly, that's actually pretty good. I don't think I've ever had this phone die on me. Obviously on more like intense days when I'm outside shooting videos, shooting photos, and obviously using the phone at maximum brightness on 5G, that would kill any phone, and that would most definitely kill this phone. But this phone does have wireless charging, which is actually pretty nice, and it also has fast wired charging with USB-C. So even if your phone was to get a bit low, you do have the reassurance that your phone does charge really fast, both wired and wirelessly. Now talking about the main part of this phone, the display, which is probably what most of you guys care about. I have been using this phone actively for a couple years now, and as you guys can see, the screen protector on the sides is actually starting to peel off, which isn't a great sign. I think all folding phones do have a one-time replacement of the screen protector by the Samsung store for free. Like, this isn't meant to be done by normal people. But even then, looking at the display, it is, I think, a 6.5-inch display, which is absolutely huge. It is quite a long display, obviously, because it's a folding phone, and obviously you do have a display at the back. But yeah, the crease, I guess you can say you can feel the crease a little bit when scrolling through the middle of the screen. But most people do scroll at the bottom, so I don't think this should be much of an issue anyway. But yeah, if you are scrolling in the middle, you can feel it a little bit, but I guess it is something that will just phase out as you use the phone. Also, you can't really see the actual crease on the phone when you're actually using it. I think you definitely can see the crease when the phone is turned off and in reflections, as you guys can see. This display is only 1080p, so it's not 1440p like the other flagship Samsung phones. And you don't have an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Instead, you do have a fingerprint sensor on the side of the phone, which is actually pretty useful. And now let's move on to the back display, the one that is honestly the party trick on this phone. I actually do have a pretty cool live wallpaper on here, which does look nice. I've had a screen protector on this, which means it looks completely brand new as it used to if I do peel it off. But yeah, I would recommend using a screen protector. I've actually been using this official Samsung case on this phone as protection, because if this phone is glass, it is gonna break, and then that's just a whole nother story. But yeah, front display looks good. Obviously you have stuff to do like your notifications, which if I do my pattern, it'll come up. Obviously you can access your camera, as I showed in the part of where I talk about the camera, which is pretty cool. Swipe to go to video, and then swipe to go to, I think, portrait mode. Yes, portrait mode. But yeah, both the displays on this phone have been great. 120 Hz on the inside, 60 on the outside, but you're not going to be noticing it much on here, so 120 on the inside is nice to see. I've been using this phone every day for 2 years, and this hinge still doesn't... Okay, it makes like a little bit of cracking sound. Not cracking sound, but as if there's like sand or rock stuck in the middle. Wait. That was right next to my mic. I won't be able to... If you guys heard it, you heard it. If you didn't, you didn't. But yeah, honestly, the hinge doesn't feel like there's anything obstructing it. It does not feel as tight as it used to. But again, this has been open and closed for like 2 years straight. But even then, the hinge doesn't feel like it's about to come off, and the display doesn't look like it's taken any major damage. The only differences that I can see is obviously, like I said, the screen protector has come off a little bit. But talking about hinge durability, still seems completely fine. They have engineered the hinge. Obviously, Samsung is not going to mass release a product and make a broken hinge and be like, oh yeah, oh my bad. It does actually feel really solid. It does feel clean. And if you do buy this phone refurbished, I'm pretty sure if the person has taken care of it, the hinge will also feel completely fine. But like I said, like 3 times in this video now, make sure you know where you're getting your devices from. Make sure it's like a certified refurbished store, not just some random, hey, I'm going to give you this phone just because I felt like it. So yeah, that's basically it, everything about the Z Flip 5. I honestly still think it's a really good, nice foldable phone to buy in 2025. The display is still really good, especially even though I've been using this for 2 years now, it still looks really good. Cameras are the only thing which I'm not the happiest about, especially with like what I do. I make content, like I'm always using the cameras. In my opinion, if you're somebody who really likes the cameras, look elsewhere. I know the Z Flip 6 actually did improve the cameras majorly. They had the same sensor as they did in the S24, which takes good photos. But yeah, photos wise, it's not the best. However, display looks really good. This is actually really good to watch content on. Performance is really good, really snappy. Battery life, if you're a heavy user, I think you'd be looking elsewhere anyway. But the fun factor, the folding factor, is definitely here. So yeah, if you enjoyed this review, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you guys did enjoy. And yeah, that's it from me. The Z Flip 5 does take my W. It is a good phone. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm gonna fold out of this. I'm gonna fold out 3, 2,